Hey, what's up guys, this is Will Wallfrock and welcome to Postgame. Day number 55 is officially over. There's only 6 games today and there's some good ones today. So I'm going to go over all these games and tell you all my thoughts of these games. But before we get into the video guys, please drop a like, subscribe if you guys do enjoy it all. Drop a comment on more video ideas from you to do in the future. Much love and let's do this, baby. All right guys, the first game I'm going to go over is going to be the Arizona Coyotes versus the Calgary Flames. It was in Calgary and the Flames won this game 3-2. It was a close one, man. It really was. I think it was closer than it really should have been. Flames, I feel like they played down to their opponent today, and hey, that's gonna happen sometimes when you play a worse team, but you gotta give them props for getting the 2 points in regulation too, because they really needed these 2 points. They're on the outside looking in right now for the playoffs. It's a very tough division right now, and you gotta get these wins against these easy opponents, or honestly you might be missing playoffs there. So it's a big win for the Flames on home ice. Vladar played solid, didn't play great, just a solid game for him, but Kadri clutch power play goal with the last 5 minutes of the game to get the game winner for the Flames. So obviously it wasn't the prettiest for the Flames, but you'll take these any single day. Up next is gonna be the Colorado Avalanche versus the Philadelphia Flyers. Flyers won this game 5-3 on home ice, and really Avalanche, obviously there's a lot of injuries, so it's very tough to really gauge this Avalanche team because they have so many injuries. There's like 12 guys that are hurt. It's just absolutely crazy. Their whole top 6 is basically hurt, and that is not good. And McKinnon did just get hurt too, so I don't know the extent to that injury, but let's hope not. Let's hope it's not too long. But Newhook got a fast start for the Avalanche, making a 1-0 lead, but then it just went downhill from there. It was a 4-1 lead at some point, at one point for the Flyers, but Colorado showed some fight and came back. Basically, it was 4-3, and then connecting with the dagger late in the third period. So Flyers got it done against a very good team, but obviously they're hurt, man. Like they're half of what they are, and obviously good win for the Flyers. They needed this. They needed it like some point. They had a 10-game losing streak. Like they got to get some wins on the belt, but obviously I don't think their Flyers are gonna do anything this season. But for the Avalanche, what do you do going forward? You have a lot of injuries. You just got to somehow just wait until you get healthy and hope that you don't lose too many games in that stretch, because it could be dicey. It could be very scary for the Avalanche, because you just never know, man. You just never know what could happen if you guys go on like a 10-game losing streak with this very bad injured lineup. You don't really know what could happen to your season, but just hope for the best for the Avalanche, because obviously it's gonna be tough to win a couple of these games when half your team is hurt, when half your team is hurt. Up next is gonna be the Washington Capitals versus the Edmonton Oilers. Capitals won this game 3-2, and boy, did they really deserve this game. They had 50 shots on net. Skinner played very well for the Oilers, and it's very unfortunate that his team could not put the puck in the net tonight and get the W for him. He played a very well game, but hey, obviously he is a starter. I feel like we all know this now. Campbell, don't know what's wrong with him, man. Do not know what's wrong with him, but Skinner is playing very well, and you got to give props to that. But also Lindgren did play well for the Capitals. 933 save percentage, just very good game by him as well against a very tough opponent on their home ice too, which is awesome. But really, the Oilers didn't play great today. Their offense wasn't there. McDavid, yes, he scored, but their top players did not really stand out today. Draisaitl was a -2. McDavid was still -1. Besides that breakaway, like it would have been way worse for him. But hey, this is gonna happen sometimes for the Oilers. You just got to get through it, and hopefully you get the win. But today obviously was not there, and maybe they do need to step it up though, because hey, like I said, this Pacific Division is very tight, and who knows if they go on a little losing streak and the Flames maybe bump up, or the Kraken keep rolling, Kings keep rolling. You know what I mean? Like things could get dicey for the Oilers here. But hey, it's okay. You guys lost this game. You just can't create a losing streak, or that might be bad. Hopefully they can get back in the win column soon. You got to give props to the Capitals here. Big win against a hard opponent on their home ice. Very good game for them, and they definitely needed this game. Up next is going to be the St. Louis Blues versus the New York Rangers. Battle of the bums, man. Battle of the bums. Both these teams have been absolutely horrible recently. Blues and Binnington are absolutely horrendous. Binnington, I could literally talk about him for literally 5-10 minutes. Like, he is that bad right now. 750 save percentage. 18 saves, let in 6 goals. This man is absolutely horrible. His mental is through the floor, confidence through the floor. He is horrendous. He should be put on waivers, man. He should be put on waivers. He is horrible. He is horrible. He's ruining this team. Shesterkin had a really bad game too. 862 save percentage, 25 saves. Like, what happened to him, man? What happened to him? This team is ruining him right now too. But Rangers started off hot. They were up 2-1 at the end of the first. But then Blues honestly took over that second period. They were up 4-3. Big period by them. All their superstars did score. Tarasenko, Kyrou, O'Reilly, and Buchnevich. But then the third period was all Rangers. I don't know, like Blues, man, they just gave it up. Binnington was not there tonight. Keandre Miller, unreal. First goal of the season, he's unreal. Lafreniere, then Kreider, shorthanded. Rangers, man, obviously you guys did get the W, but this is not pretty, man. It's not pretty. And obviously Blues, like, there's really not much to say. Binnington is absolutely horrible. Your star players did come out to play, and Binnington was not there once again, which is seems like a theme this season, is that Binnington is not here. And he, honestly, I'd put him on waivers, man. He is that bad. He is that bad. Up next is gonna be the Vegas Golden Knights versus the Boston Bruins. Knights won this game 4-3 in a shootout. This is the first time the Bruins lost on home ice this year. It was a big win for the Golden Knights. They had a very good start. They had two early in the first period from Cotter, March or so. But Kings, they came back, man. Yes, Cotter scored early in the second to make it a 3-0 lead for the Knights. But then honestly, it was all Bruins after that. I know they did get a little gifted some power plays in the third period and overtime. But Taylor Hall did score on that third period. It was a 5-on-3 right when it ended. Hall did score, but then overtime they gave him a power play, and I thought they would score, but the Knights had a very good PK right there, and they deserved to get the win after that kill. After that kill, man, like, if you have a power play in overtime, like, teams usually score on that. It was a big kill for them. Then in overtime, man, Logan Thompson is the real deal. Then Riley Smith was the game winner. Logan Thompson, 930 save percentage against the top team in the NHL. Crazy. Swayman didn't play great today, I'm being honest. He was not great. He had 21 saves, 875 save percentage. Not the greatest, but Boston, you'll take the point after being down 3-0 to a really top team, to a really good team in the Vegas Golden Knights. I do think the Bruins probably should have got these 2 points, especially with all these power plays they did get later in the game. You can't just go out and forget a very good start for the Golden Knights. So Knights, they both deserve this. They both got points. Obviously Knights did get the second, which is good for them, and I'm glad they got the win and ended the Bruins a winning streak on home ice. So that's awesome, and we'll see if the Knights can keep this up, because they do have a hard schedule coming soon. So we'll see what happens there, but both these teams are really good, and it was a very fun game to watch. Up next is going to be the Montreal Canadiens versus the Vancouver Canucks, and boy, was this game absolutely crazy. 7-6 in overtime for the Canucks. Every single goalie I played tonight was absolutely horrible. Like 5.56 save percentage, 4 goals on 9 shots. Then another guy, 8.75 save percentage, 2 goals on 16 shots. Then Montembeault, 8.06 save percentage, 6 goals on 31 shots. Boy, this was crazy, man. Montreal scored 4 goals in the first period. Caulfield, Suzuki, Monahan, and Pezzetta, man. Absolutely crazy. Then they just like, nah, you guys can come back. Garland, Mikheyev scores in the second period to make it a 4-2 lead. That's still cool. 2-goal lead going to the third period. You should still win that game. But then Bull Horvat, Mikheyev again, and Studznika, 5-4 Vancouver with 10 minutes to go in the third period. But then Dvorak scores. Then Josh Anderson with 3 minutes left in the game to make it a 6-5 game for Montreal, man. Crazy. And a bad penalty by the Canadiens late in the game. And Kuzmenko with a big tip on a power play ties the game and sends it to overtime. Then Elias Pettersson 10 seconds into overtime off of a big error in Matheson when he fell down. And it was a cool power move, but like that shouldn't have gotten in. Let's be real here. Montembeault did not play well tonight. 7-6 in Vancouver. You got to give them props for the comeback. Obviously, it was not a pretty win, but they'll take the 2 points for sure. All right, guys, that is going to be this video. Please drop a like, subscribe if you guys do enjoy it all. Much love and subscribe, motherfuckers.